Okay, let me throw a few injuries at you here. So the guys who won't practice today are Alan Bailey. Alan had hurt his knee a few weeks back. He's doing okay. It's precautionary right now, so we're going to rest him today. Mitch Morse won't practice today. He sprained his foot. He was the one who came out of the game, but again, we're evaluating him and just saying that's a day-to-day thing. D Ford still day-to-day with the back. And then Eric Murray making progress with his ankle, but still not there. Before I get on to talking about Oakland, I was asked about Marcus Peters, and I've done a lot of thinking and come to the conclusion I'm going to suspend him for this game. He'll be back the following week, and I'm not going to get into detail on it. I did have an opportunity to talk to Marcus and some of the players, and I've got a good locker room. I fully trust them that we'll be okay there. And that's where we're at. And I know you guys had asked, and I feel that I need to give you a heads up on that. So. But I can't get into detail. With that, we look forward to the challenge of playing Oakland. We know they're a good football team. We've already played them this year, so we know. Our guys are ready to have a good week of practice, focus in, and get their scheme and down, and our scheme down that we're going to go against them with, and perfect that and get ready to play a good game at home in Arrowhead. It'll be good to be back at Arrowhead. So with that, time's yours.
Coach, it's just the final straw. I mean, for a couple of years, you've dealt with some things with Marcus, and you felt like I've just given him too much rope. This is it. I got to stand strong.
I'm not going to get into this was something that Marcus and I discussed, and I'd leave it at that. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, other than I had a chance to talk to Marcus, and I felt this was the right thing to do at this time, and not making it any more than that. That's where I'm at.
From your perspective, you kind of let it go for a couple of years with a lot of incidents, and that's enough.
I made it off of the things that happened, the thing that happened on Sunday there. So.
Clarify, continue to practice just for the game.
So no, that when you're suspended, then you can't be here to practice. No. I'm going to leave that. Listen, I'm going to leave all that stuff with Marcus and I. I'm not going to get into the details, and that's not the way I roll with these things. I deal with the player and man to man, and we talk about it and discuss it, and inevitably he'll come back and we'll move on from there. So.
Did you hear from his? Maybe you heard from his teammates. You talked to some of the other players. What was their input, or what did they say about it?
Yeah, again, you know how I do with that. I mean, I keep that in house. I had a chance to talk with some of the players on my committee, and now it was today, and so to give them just a heads up on it. So. Yeah, I mean, I like Marcus Peters, so yeah, that's a difficult thing to do. Anytime you have to do one of these type of things, that's not the best part of the job. No. But again, I've always told you I'm going to do what I feel is best for this organization for that time, and I try to sit back, I try to evaluate it, and that's what I did with this, and this is the conclusion that I came down with. So.
Was it for throwing the flag into the
Yeah, I'm not getting into all that. So.
Coach, you've answered a lot of questions in the last couple of years about Tyreek Hill and his speed, his playmaking ability. Just where have you seen the biggest area of development for him this year, kind of season he's having right now?
Yeah, so we all know he can run down the field and catch balls. I think the place he's improved the most are the intermediate routes, playing in space. I think he's done a nice job there, knowing how to use his body against different leverages, what he can get away with there. He's learned the coverages, the variety of coverages that you see at this league, and then be able to roll with all the different routes that you have. He's gotten a tremendous amount better in that area.
I know you don't like to compare players, but some of the numbers out there as far as big plays and touchdowns, Deshaun Jackson
Now, it's more than just running fast. We have a lot of fast players in the National Football League, but it's more than that. It's his ability to track the ball, set things up. When the ball is in the air, to maintain your speed. A lot of guys, when the ball's in the air, that inside arm drops, it cuts their speed down 3/4, and defensive backs can catch back up and roll. So, but he's able to maintain his speed through these routes, and it's not always on the ultimate angle that we're asking him to do it on. So he's got to really drive the chin to the shoulder, keep the arm at the square, and run fast. All those things, those fundamentals, and he's very good at that.
Last question is, what's your challenge to him to keep improving? Not
Well, just that. I mean, we've got a variety of routes that we're asking him to do. It takes time to do that, work and time, and he's willing to do the work part of it. And then it's just a matter of the reps, getting more and more looks at it against all the different coverages.
Andy, when you've been doing this a long time, so what do you look for to make sure like your message is still getting to the players, make sure that they're still being reached by what you're saying?
I would probably tell you knowing your locker room and having a good locker room, and communication, I think, is probably the important thing. So I think it's a people business, so communicate.
Andy, when you Reed on pitch count the other day, do you anticipate he'll get some kind of limit on Sunday?
There's a chance. Yeah, I'm gonna just see how it plays out. We'll see how he does today, and we'll go from there. Right now with him, it's just getting him back in the swing day to day, and communicating with him. He, he's a veteran player, so, and he's a good communicator. So we'll just talk with him as we go forward here.
Andy, it's been such an extreme turn. When you have that, do you feel you need to do anything different in terms of just reset as opposed to just hoping you can gather yourselves and work hard? I mean, I don't know if you change your message or you have to do something like that.
Well, I think you go back, and if you haven't been focusing on the fundamentals, the hard, all those things, then you've got to make sure that you start there. I've told you I look in the mirror first, so I do that, and then go through and we work it from there. So I don't think you change the whole thing that has been successful and is time tested. I don't think that's what you do. There's subtle little things that need to be fixed, and we got to fix them. I mean, that's really the reality of it.
You can't really look at any one game as a make or break, but how much do you have to put that kind of stock in this game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a National Football League. It's that time of the year. You got to come out. You got to play well. You got to do the things where you come out. That's how this league is, and you'd like to say it's week to week, but I mean, it really is. We say it, but that's this league. It's so competitive, and every week is an important week. I mean, it's no different than this week here. So it's very, very important.
Andy, when you have a turn like this, which players specifically do you look to be that leader to make sure everybody stays together?
Yeah, well, I've got good leadership. It's just not one guy. I've got a group of guys that are veteran players that have been around, and they're good leaders. So I obviously bank on those guys. And we've got a good influx of guys. We've got a pretty good locker room. That's the positive. So that's how I feel. And you bank on that. So.
Couple more guys.
Passing, you saw his most playing time this season on Sunday against the Jets. What have you seen from him lately that shows that he's ready for a bigger role now?
Yeah, well, we've been giving him a little bit more and a little bit more each week, and he's long. He's working on his pass rush. He's working on the run game part. We moved him to outside linebacker, which is kind of a new thing for him. But again, I think he's one of these guys. He's another one that's a young guy that's getting better every chance he has to play. And we've obviously liked what we've seen because we keep putting him back in and giving him opportunities.
You also the deadline with Daddy Nicholas this week. You made a decision on what his status is going to be.
Yeah, we'll play it out here this week and just see how it rolls. Brett Veach is more involved with that than what I am on that.
Andy, I know you hate singling out players, but in the past you had rooms where guys police each other, hold each other accountable, winning football. Who are some of the guys that you kind of lean on and look to help keep the thing afloat, keep this thing the way you want it to go?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to pick out individual guys. You guys know who the leaders are on the team, and the veteran leadership that we have is tremendous. They do a good job of that, you know, so but I mean, you guys know who they are. So I don't need to point out who the leaders are on the team.